I'm now sitting in a Jaguar I-Pace. Yes, this is not the first time I test it, but I will test it in winter. I've already done the noise test again. This time I use the recording function on this sound meter, and I will analyze the results later, but it looks really promising. Now this press car is equipped with the 20-inch Continental Viking Contact 6 tires. So I think most people, most Norwegians at least, they go for 18-inch, and then some people go for 20, and I don't know if anyone is crazy enough to go for a 22-inch. Yeah, but so I'm not sure how relevant this test is when it comes to the tires, but all right, anyway, we will do the 90 kilometers per hour test and 120. So the temperature outside is 4 degrees Celsius today. So I will use 21 degrees Celsius and climate control, and then drive mode will be eco. Now it's set to it was set to comfort, so we will use eco mode. And the speedometer shows about 3-4 kilometers per hour off. So right, let me reset, and off we go. Alright, we're on the move. The road is a mix of some wet parts and some almost dry parts. Yeah, and this is in mid-February, so it's not that harsh winter that we usually have around December, January. So it's like the typical winter in either the start of the winter or the end of the winter. Well, alright, yes. Oh, by the way, let's check the weight of the car. Yeah, the weight distribution. What the heck? It was like when it was a couple of days ago. It just says CA, needed calibration. So, alright, that was a little fail, but we can try another one later today. Yes, we are driving past another weighing station. Ooh, this is looking really promising. Only 206 watt-hour per kilometer. But I'm not sure how the driving conditions are today. So right now we have more or less dry tarmac. That helps a ton for consumption, but I'm not sure about the wind direction. Didn't catch the windsock when we passed the bridge. But yeah, because we had that little stop at the weighing station, I will stretch it a little bit before I turn around, so we even out that one. So you see, average speed so far is 85 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so let's find the next turnaround point then. Alright, we are back at Nebbenes, and the result was 229 watt-hour per kilometer. So last summer I was getting the same consumption, but during summer. So I suspect that back then I had more inefficient summer tires, whereas now the Continental Viking Contact 6 should be pretty efficient. And I also tested last summer, well, it was late, it was close to winter. I tested the 19-inch Nereus studless winter tires, but I know that those Nereus tires are more inefficient. They usually add about 10 up to 15 watt-hour per kilometer. So yeah, 230, that's good. So now let's do the high speed test then. All right, second test done. So the result was 311 watt-hour per kilometer. That also corresponds with early results I had last year. So what should I say? Well, this car is somewhat efficient when you don't drive too fast, but when you drive faster, then it's very thirsty. Yeah, so you can actually try to replicate my test with your car or even your I-Pace, and as long as you do exactly what I do, you start from A, go to B, back to A again, preferably on a place where there's not too much wind, and you also have to check GPS speed versus your speedometer, because that could be off depending on tires or whatever. So yeah. But you know what, I want to test the charging speed, because this one supposedly has the newest software which supports up to 100 kilowatt. But in order to get 100 kilowatt, we need fast charger that can output more than 200 amp. And there are some around the city, but I'm not sure if they are available or not. So I will actually go to Rygge. There's a new so-called Hypercharger. That's just the brand, that's just the product, but it's an HPC. It's a high-powered charger from Fortum. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's go there. And I also need to heat up the battery properly, because people claim that this car also cold gates, which means that as long as it's too cold outside, then we won't get proper heat in the battery, and then we won't get the optimal charging speed. So we'll see then. We are now at McDonald's Rygge, and here's the Hypercharger. So I have to pay attention because the screen goes into screensaver mode every 30 seconds. So I have to pay attention. But right now, okay, let me show you here. See, there's the info screen there. I'm recording it with my camera over there. This was the only way to do it. It's kind of tight here, and I have to keep the RFID ready here when it goes out. I wonder what happens if I just tape it here. And I tried screen lock, then it went into weird mode. But let me see. Okay, so we're getting 80 kilowatt right now, not more than it's 199.6 amp. That's weird. I was expecting more than 200 amp. So you have to show this one. I wonder what happens if I just put it there. But I don't have tape with me. Don't even have chewing gum with me. So let's pay attention to this one then. 80 kilowatts. Not 100 kilowatts. Okay, we've been here almost an hour, so I was hoping that something would happen, that the battery would heat up or something, but it seems like something is limiting the current to 200 amp or 199. So I asked Fortum if it's a charger or not, but I don't think it's the charger, because if you look at the plug on the Hypercharger, it's big and fat. And then compare that one to the standard 50 kilowatt fast charger, you see it's much smaller. Also the cable is thinner on those standard 50 kilowatts. So supposedly this charger should be able to output 150 kilowatt, and the car should be able to take it. I suspect that maybe the software hasn't been upgraded, but when I talked to Jaguar, they said, well, it's the newest one on the press car, so I don't trust them that. So maybe it has the old software, because I've seen videos on YouTube where people have been getting close to 100 kilowatt on the I-Pace. Alright, but I know I have to go home now, so I will test one more thing on the way back, which is to check the weight distribution of this car, and then yeah, so off we go then. Right, we are back home in the garage. Yes, I want to ABC with this car. Always be charging. So anyway, I look at the results from the noise test, and it turns out that it's almost identical as the previous test I did with the Nereus tires. So I mean, earlier I measured that Nereus tires should be more quiet than some of these Continental and Nokian tires, but I'm not sure why. I guess also it depends on the dimension and stuff. So you see, almost the same as before, but actually before I was criticized for not measuring the correct way, because I found out that the sound level was the same whether I kind of held it up in the height of the head versus just having it in the seat. This time I actually held it up while I was driving. So you see, almost the same. Yeah, well, you can say that, okay, maybe the result for the Nereus tire should be different if you also held it up like that. So I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, I think that will be it for now. So I will make a road trip video. I will actually drive from Oslo to Ålesund and then Trondheim and back again in the iPace. So that will be in another episode. Yes, so anyway, so I think that'll be it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.